March 6, 2024, floor 56, Panny. We see outside of a cave guarded by two players. An NPC is wandering outside. Inside, we see a meeting over a map. Among those in attendance are Ajo, Klein, Kirito, and Asuna, who now sports a red and white uniform and a dead serious attitude. Asuna seems to be in control of the meeting. Everyone is mumbling options or opinions about the plan currently given. Slamming her palm down on the map. Lure it to the village! That's how I'll get the boss. Wait, you can't be serious. If we do, the boss will go after the villagers. Yes, that's the idea. And while the boss is busy killing NPCs, we can attack it and kill it. But they're not just objects. NPCs are different than rocks and trees. Asuna does not look impressed. Look, they're... You think they're alive? Really? Kirito stops short. In this game, they are just objects, and unlike us, if they're killed, they can always respawn. Quieter. Sorry, I'm not cool with that plan. I'm running this operation, okay? And in case you forgot, I'm still the second in command of the Knights of the Blood Oath. You'll obey my orders, like it or not. Kirito looks into the intense, almost mean-looking eyes of Asuna, wondering what happened to her. The meeting is adjourned, and everyone leaves the cave. Ajo looks around for Kirito. Hey, what's with you guys? Stops as Ajo approaches. Huh? You and the second in command. You're always getting into it, and not in a good way. I guess we don't click, Ajo. Flashback to episode 2. Asuna helping with the floor 1 boss. Kirito tells her, you can become powerful here on your own, but if the day comes when someone you trust invites you to a guild, don't turn it down. Back to present. Well, she took my advice, but who knew she'd join the top guild and be a floor-clearing badass? Turns to ponder.
Matata, Tokyo Kako, Akarana. Koagatata, Ushiro no Jubun ga Genjitsu wo Niwa ni utsu ikutsu mo no sora o igaeta Koko wa kitto hakanai kokoro mitashite yume de kakugu tobe Karada wa dona wa mazorute murira wa tutu imuru chisana omoi irogari dashite kizu yowai kotashi kimi ga iriba Kurai sekai shiroku irata Nagai yume miru kokoro wa soro ende I wanna always be with you. I'll give you everything I have.
Murder in the Safe Zone. April 11th, 2024. Floor 59, Danak. A group of soldiers are standing around, as if coming off of fighting in dungeons or prepping to do so. One person is not, though. Kirito is lying on the grass in the shade of a tree, sleeping like it's no big deal. That is, he does sleep. Until someone steps up to him, angrily. What are you doing? Wakes up and looks in Asuna's angry face. He then sighs as if it were nothing. Says, oh hey, what's up? Everyone in the assault team is working their butts off to clear the dungeon. And where do I find you? Out here, taking a nap. Even if you're a solo player, you should take this more... Interrupting. But you didn't know, this is Aincrad's nicest season. Today's weather is at its optimal setting. Huh? It'd be a waste to have to go to work on a place like this. Disgusted. Whatever. I can't believe you. Do you even understand what's going on? Every day here is another one lost in the real world. Yeah, but right now, we're not in the real world, are we? We're alive in Minecraft. Asuna blinks in a breeze as a breeze flows in through the field. See? Doesn't that breeze feel good? And the sun. Oh, come on! The weather's always the same here. Yawns. If you lay down in the grass for a little bit, you'd understand. As Kirito returns to his nap, Asuna looks around at the land, then looks up at the sun through the leaves, and then down at the sleeping Kirito as another breeze flows through. Fade to black. Fade back in. Kirito sits up and stretches awake. He then looks next to him and is surprised. Asuna has laid down on the grass and is sleeping like a baby. Kirito is shocked. Some assault team's members walk by. Oh, damn! Would you look at that? Taking a nap in the middle of the day. Some people sure got it easy. Couple of lazy losers, man. All three laugh. Looking back in disbelief at Asuna, I can't believe she fell asleep. Later, Kirito is sitting on a short stone wall nearby, watching the sunset. Suddenly, Asuna sneezes and awakes. Kirito looks back and watches her sit up, a leaf stuck to her face as she gets her bearings. She then looks at Kirito. What? Good morning! You slept like a rock! Asuna quickly stands and reaches for her rapier, causing Kirito to duck behind the wall. Angry but realizing what's going on, she puts her sword back all the way and seems to struggle with what she has to say. You get one meal! Huh? One meal, and you can eat all, it's all you can eat. My treat! And then we'll be even. Deal? Kirito looks a touch confused. Floor 57, Martin. We see the outside of a restaurant in a busy part of town. Then we go inside, where it is equally busy. At a corner table, Kirito and Asuna sit opposite each other. Asuna is either deep in thought or wishing she could get out of this. Others seem to be looking over Kirito's shoulder at Asuna. That's Asuna from the Knights of the Blood Oath. Really? Yeah, they call her the Lightning Flash. This is a snobby, shading-looking guy dressed in black. Kirito looks a little angry at being called shady. Well, anyway, thank you for today. Why? For keeping an eye on me. Oh, sure. Towns are supposed to be as safe zones, and unless you agree to a duel, a player can't attack or kill you. But when you're asleep, you're vulnerable. Yeah. Now we've got player killers who can cheat the duel system. Shot of a duel between two swordsmen. Duels are supposed to be normally tests of strength, not a fight to the death. But even if you duel in a safe zone, your HP is gonna go down based on the damage you take. All a sleep PKer has to do is manipulate a sleeping player's finger and click the OK button. The duel begins like normal, but the sleep PKer doing all the attacking. God knows how many times it's happened. Grips her hand in fear. So anyway, thank you. A little surprised. Sure. Anytime. Well, you do the same for me. There's an awkward silence. Suddenly, there's a loud scream from outside. Kirito and Asuna jump to their feet and run outside to the town square. They look up to a 2-story building and they gasp. Hanging there from a rope is a player in armor, a long red spear sticking out of his chest. He's bleeding polygons and struggling to get the spear free. A crowd is gathered and is standing in shock. Kirito and Asuna arrive. To the player, hurry! Pull it out! The player looks down at Kirito and then tries to pull the spear out. Asuna runs to the door of the building. I'll cut him down! You catch him! Got it! running to the player. Help's on the way! The player starts to groan as if in pain. Damn it! As the player pulls, he screams louder and louder. Suddenly, he goes limp and he disappears in a flurry of polygons. The spear falls to the ground, and the rope, fashioned in a noose, stays hanging. Everyone starts to freak, and somebody screams loudly. Kirito thinks to himself, the only way he could have died in a safe zone is if he was beaten in a duel. That means... He turns to the crowd, speaks out loud. Everyone, look for the player with the winner icon. From the balcony the player was hung from, there's no one here. The room's empty. Kirito scans the crowd, but only sees green icons and HP bars. No winner icons, so he joins Asuna next near the balcony, bringing the spear with him. Asuna is examining the rope. Kirito holds up the spear. It's barbed, so trying to pull it out would have dealt more damage. So, any idea how this could have happened? Well, there's always the obvious. There was a duel, and the other guy impaled the victim with the spear. Then he put a noose around his neck and pushed him out the window. Wouldn't you say that's about right? Yeah, but I couldn't see the winner icon on anyone. It had to be a duel. It's a safe zone, and a player died. A duel's the only thing it could have been. The crowd outside starts to get antsy, or maybe not. Either way, we can't ignore this. I know! As it is, the player takes huge risks going outside a safe zone, but if someone found a PK inside, no one's gonna be safe in the towns either. Yeah, you're right. I guess we won't be going back to the front lines anytime soon. Approaches Kirito and holds out her hand. Listen, you're going to work with me until we solve this thing. Until we do, there won't be any time for napping, okay? Okay, but you were the one who was napping. Shakes Asuna's hand, who after a gasp of frustration, squeezed Kirito's hand tight. Ah! 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 The two head down to the square where people are gathered. And looking a little scared, Kirito is rubbing his hand of the pain. Listen up! Did anyone see what happened before that player died? If someone did, please speak up. Most of the crowd looks around for someone to speak up. Then, a purple-haired girl approaches the pair. Sorry, I can imagine how frightened you are. Could you tell us your name? Scared. Sure. My name is Yoko. Oh, that was you? I mean, you were the one who screamed? Nods. Uh-huh. I knew him. His name was Keynes. And the two of us belonged to the same guild. Anyway, we came here today. We were gonna have dinner somewhere in the town. Starts to cry. But we got separated in the plaza. And I looked around for him, and when I saw him hanging from the balcony, covers her mouth and cries openly, putting one hand on Yoko's shoulder in comfort, the other hand rubbing her back. Was there anyone else up there? Choking back the tears. Second there, I'm not sure, but I did see someone standing behind Keynes. Asuna and Kirito look at each other, as if to say, aha, a clue. And this person, had you seen them before? Yoko, after a second of thought, shakes her head. Ugh, I know this is hard for you. Think back and remember. I know this is hard for you. Think back and try to remember. There could be someone, anyone, with a reason to kill him. Yoko gasps at the word kill, as if it hasn't sunk in yet. But again, she shakes her head. Kirito and Asuna look at each other again, wondering what to do now. But then Yoko gets a terrified look in her eyes, like she remembers something horrible. Later, at the Yamahaya Lodge in town, where Yoko is staying. Thanks for walking me back. Sorry if it's out of your way. No worries, but we'd like to talk with you again tomorrow, if you're feeling up to it. Okay. Bows to the two detectives and closes the door. So, what do we do? Simple. We follow the only solid clue we have, and we can find out where the spear came from. It might lead us to the killer. We'll need to find someone with the appraisal skill. I mean, it's pretty obvious you don't have one. No, I don't, and neither do you. And oh, by the way, try not to be so rude. You're speaking to me. Oh, okay. So should I call you Miss next time? Asuna looks at him angrily. Second in command? Asuna still angry. Lightning flash. Breathes in deeply, frustrated. Oh, never mind. Call me Asuna. Okay, sure. Back to the appraisal skill, though. Do I know anyone who has it? I got a friend who does. She's a weapons merchant, but she's really busy these days, so I don't think she'll have time to help us. No worries. I happen to know an items merchant who might be able to help us out. Floor 50, Algade. Down an alley, Kirito and Asuna approach a nondescript door. A player comes out of it, looking downtrodden. From inside, thanks, my man. Come back anytime. Yeah, whatever. Kirito enters the shop. Looks like you're still running all these suckers down with these hard deals of yours. No way, Kirito. They approach each other over the counter. Buy cheap and sell cheap. That's my motto. I'm a businessman. You know that. As they fist bump. That selling cheap stuff's a lie, though. Don't go slandering my good name, brother. Asuna looks in. Ajo gasps and pull Kirito over the counter and down. What the hell has gotten into you? You're supposed to be a solo player, man. What are you doing hanging out with Asuna? I thought you guys hated each other's guts. Asuna laughs uncomfortably. Later, in Ajo's back room, the three are gathered around the spear, and Ajo is caught up. Is HP dropped to 0 in a safe zone? Sure it wasn't a duel? Well, no one saw a winner, Icon. We can also know the murder was being a sleep PK. He was walking with Ryoko before it happened. And besides, his death was too elaborate to be some random duel. The PKer who did this had this planned out. We're pretty sure of that. And then there's this, the spear. Hold on, I need to blow my nose. Ajo picks up the spear and examines it. He starts his appraisal skill. After a few seconds, he gets the info on it. The player made this. Really? Who was it? Can you tell? Reading the name on the appraisal info. Grimlock. Never heard that name before. It's not one of the top blacksmith, that's for damn sure. Far as I can tell, there's nothing special about this. Yeah, but it's something to go on, right? Uh-huh. Is there something like an item name listed? You'll love it. Guilty Thorn. There's a name for you. It kind of fits, don't you think? Hands the spear back to Kirito. Seriously? Guilty Thorn? Looks the spear over, then says, Here it goes. Holds his spear or hand out and prepares to stab himself with the spear. Gas. Please stop! Grabs Kirito's wrist before the spear penetrates. What's the matter? What do you mean, what's the matter? Are you out of your mind? That thing's already killed one person. I know, but we need to find out what this thing's capable of, that way. Would you stop being so reckless? Takes the spear. Angel, would you hold on to this for us? Taking spear. Yeah. Asuna looks at Kirito with disgust. The next day, it's raining outside. Kirito and Asuna are back in the restaurant they were in yesterday. Opposite them is Yoko. So, Yoko, we were wondering if you ever heard the name Grimlock.
gasps at the name.
Yes, I have. Until a few months ago, he was in the guild with me and Cyrus.
Aha, another clue.
Listen! We took the spear that impaled Cain's and appraised it. We had him go over it pretty carefully, and we found out Grimlock made it.
Yokel grasped, covering her mouth in horror.
Can you think of any reason why he did it? Yes, I told you everything yesterday. It's just I couldn't. It's something I've been trying very hard to forget. But now I have no choice. I should tell you how my guild was destroyed.
We start a backstory flashback as Yokel narrates.
When we learned that the Golden Apple was the name we chose, 6 months ago, we killed a rare monster. It dropped a powerful ring that raised the player's agility by 20. Some of us wanted to keep it for the guild. Others wanted to sell it and split the earnings. We couldn't agree, and in the end, we put it to a vote. It was 5-3 in favor of selling it. Our leader, Griselda, took it to a large salon on the front lines. She was going to sell it later. She was staying overnight. We waited, but she never came back.
Back to the present. The rain outside is coming down hard.
It wasn't until later when we learned our worst fears had come true. Griselda was dead. To this day, I don't know how she died. No one's gonna leave a safe zone with a rare item like that. Too crazy. You think someone could have pulled a sleep PK on her? Not if it was it was 6 months ago. That method's still sort of new. You're right. But she wasn't a random victim either. No, the killer was after the ring. It had to be someone who she knew, which means the killer was one of the 7 in the guild. Yes, we have our suspects. Now we just have to figure who didn't sell the ring. I doubt the killer wanted to wait until after Griselda sold the ring. She was killed before she sold it. That's my guess. Probably.
To Yokel.
Tell us what you know about Grimlock. Well, for starters, he was Griselda's Griselda husband. Oh, but not in real life. Just in game. Griselda was a powerful swordswoman. She was beautiful, smart. Grimlock was kind, and I can't remember a day when he wasn't smiling. They made a great couple and got along as husband and wife. If Grimlock's really the one who murdered Cain's yesterday, then he's probably going after the 3 guild members who voted against selling the ring. Cain's was one of the 3 who wanted to keep the ring for the guild. I was the other one.
Kirito and Asuna gasps.
Then who was the other person? The other is a tank named Schmidt, and he, the last I heard, is on the front lines now with the Holy Dragon Alliance. Schmidt, huh? I've heard that name before. He's the leader at the defense unit of the Holy Dragon Alliance. He's an exceptional lancer.
Thinking of Schmidt's face at the meeting some weeks before.
Oh, yeah. Wait, do you really know Schmidt? Well, I've run into him a couple times while clearing bosses, so I need to see him right away. Can you please take me to him? If he's on the front lines, he probably hasn't heard about the murder. He needs to know before what happened to Cain's what happened to Cain's happens to him. We'll get you in touch with Schmidt. I know someone in the Holy Dragon Alliance. He'll help us out. We'll visit their HQ. Okay, but first we should make sure she gets back to the inn. Yokel, you'll have to stay until there, okay? Seriously, don't go anywhere until we get back.
Later, down an alleyway, Kirito and Asuna walk.
Okay, so how do you think a murder like this happened in the safe zone? I can see it 3 ways it could have. Right off the bat, it's possible it was a fair duel, or maybe someone took advantage of a bug that combines a bunch of different kill methods. Yeah, I can see that happening. And the third? Use something to bypass the protection of a safe zone. Something kind of like a skill, or maybe an item. No, on second thought, the third idea is impossible. What do you mean? because it's unfair. I mean, I kind of hate it, but it's true. The rules of SEO are essentially fair for every person in the game. So there's no way the person would allow the game would allow murders in the same zone. I see.
They look at the looming floor dungeon before them. Later, when we're back in the inn where Yokel is staying, Schmidt is there. While sitting on a chair opposite to Yokel, he seems very jittery. He's been caught up on the event in the last 24 hours.
So, that's why I killed Keynes, or what killed Keynes. When you're sure about the spear, was it really Grimlock's? There's no doubt. Gasps and stands. Well then, why would he wait 6 months to kill him? Unless, wait, he could have stolen the ring. Do you think it's possible he killed Griselda? After all, falls back into his seat. Does Grimlock want the 3 of us because he didn't want to sell the damn ring? Is that why he's after you and me now? Maybe Grimlock made the spear for somebody else from our guild, and maybe they're the one that killed Keynes. Or maybe Griselda's come back from the dead to get her revenge. A player can kill another player inside a safe zone, but something else, like a ghost.
Schmidt is flabbergasted. Austin and Kirito look a bit stunned as they look at each other. Yokel stands.
I couldn't sleep at all last night, so I stayed up thinking.
Suddenly horrified.
It was everyone's fault. Everyone in the guild is guilty. Her blood is on all our hands. Our fate was sealed when that ring dropped. We shouldn't have voted. We should have done whatever Griselda told us to.
Everyone seems too stunned to do anything. Yokel stands up in the window and sits on the sill. The room is on the 2nd floor.
Grimlock was the only one. You're the only member of the guild who said we should read the decision to Griselda. You see, he's the only one of us who could avenge Griselda. He was the only member of our guild who had the right to avenge her.
Shaking in his armor,
You've got to be kidding. You've got to be kidding. Why now? Why now after all this time? Why kill us now?
standing and shouting,
You can't be okay with this, Yoko. How can you accept being killed over some stupid vendetta?
steps towards Yokel, but Kirito grabs his wrist and wants to stop him. Suddenly, the sound like something piercing flesh is heard, and Yokel flinches. Everything goes into slow motion as Yokel bends over, and we see a dagger in her back. She then falls out of the window, with Kirito running over to try to stop her, but it's too late.
Yoko!
Yokel hits the street and then disappears in the polygons, the dagger in her back hitting the cobblestone. Next time, Illusionary Avenger.